Thursday, April 23rd, 2020. This is Darren Marchant reporting for American Nomad News. It's pretty crazy times we live in. And the other day, I went for a walk and I came back to where I'm camping, which, strangely enough, is right outside the local police station, which you'll know if you've seen my other videos. And please, watch my other videos. Comment, let me know what you think so I can have something to reply to. But I came across a scene that carried a lot of meaning for me. It turned out that there was an Amber Alert that I never heard about. And what apparently had happened, and there's still more for me to find out, and there's a mosquito flying around. I don't want him to take a snack, or her, because it's female mosquitoes that bite you. But a woman in another state, over an argument, over a phone, called in an Amber Alert on her husband. And the police calls the news, and they have a news conference here. And try and convict him, essentially, without having to say anything, and while admitting they know virtually nothing about this whole case. Several news agency vans were in the parking lot. There was a circle of people over here with their cameras, and they were filming a police officer that I normally don't see doing a report. And I had a conversation with one of those television news people that I got on audio. And I recorded a little video before that I don't think I'm going to publish, because I may not publish, because I'm not sure that I presented things in that video the way that I want to continue. I might just delete the video. I don't know. We'll decide. But I've got this transcript auto-generated by YouTube, which is part of the adventure of the American Nomad News, is exploring YouTube and how it works to be a YouTuber. And they auto-transcribe everything. And parts of it are wrong, because it doesn't get it right. It's an automatic computer feature. And I've copied it and pasted it into my text function. And I'm just really fascinated by this conversation that I had on audio, because it really talks a lot about why men are treated the way they are in family court cases from the perspective of the media, which the media really hasn't caught very much for their role in this. The courts get theirs, because that's a major function in men's rights, is how they're treated in court, and a lot is said about that. And there is some information that you get. There was a guy out of England that did a word count on how men are referred to in news and in commercials. And he made some startling revelations, like the fact that when there's a disaster, and it's mostly men that are killed, they're called people. But when a man commits a crime, it's said he's a man committing a crime. And things like that is really interesting stuff. So word count is interesting. But this transcript leads to how the media looks to the immediate moment and avoids all the longer implications. how and why families get destroyed. And I noticed a long time ago that they give the carrot to the woman and the stick to the man, which is to say they reward the woman for destroying her own family, and they punish the man for destroying the family, and they blame the man, and then they get more control over the children. They get control in the schools, and they get control in the courts and in foster care and adoption systems. And this is a very effective form of political control. So I'm going through the transcript and listening. I've been listening to the video over and over again because I really want to understand what's being said, because it is a little on the complex side. There's a lot of nuance, and there's a lot of subtlety and tone of voice and stuff and meaning. And I want to capture that in my mind because I see how important it is to really understand this brief glimpse into the mind of a media personality. A sincere one. The media portrays the high suicide rate amongst men as a veterans issue, when it goes beyond the veterans. It really does. That statement is not in any way degrade the important position that the military plays in our society or the difficulties they go through. It's simple sociological fact that if you can manage to get the real statistics on it, shows that male suicides, they encompass a broader area than just veterans by a significant amount. And we need more attention on that issue. Families should not be destroyed. The children's best interests are that their mother and their father, which is to be defined as their genetic mother and their genetic father, and themselves remain in the same house, healthy and successful. And we've seen too much of this redefining of mother and father and redefining as family until it doesn't exist, and they get a chance they can destroy that healthy family because they want to somehow and for some reason. Please don't help them destroy our families. This is Darren Marchant. I am homeless in part because of what was done to me. This is Darren Marchant for American Nomad News.